What's up, guys? Welcome to Slickbox. So we're going to talk about Ryan Garcia and how he's looking. So I remember I made a video about his mental health and how he was talking crazy and things like that. And you know what? I think he's all right. I don't think he might have. I don't. Maybe he doesn't have psychosis. I don't know. He looks like he's all right. He looks like he's mentally well. And the pad work, he looks good. I have to admit, he looks good. He there's certain, like, he looks good, but there's certain things that I think he could do a bit better. This is just my opinion. You know, I'm not the best boxing coach in the world or anything like that. I'm not a Mr. Know It All, but he is doing some things which I think he can improve on. But first, let me talk about what I see that I like on the pads from what I've saw. I saw him counter and punch at the same time. Now, this is something that I learned actually from watching Bruce Lee, where he had someone attacking him and he would intercept him with a kick at the same time. And because I used to, when I was fighting, I would intercept rather than counter. So when you're countering a fighter that's attacking you, you parry, you block, and then you return a punch. Whereas if you intercept, which is not a counter, it's an interception, and you hit at the same time, you take away everything from your opponent. You stop them in their tracks, you put them off their punches, and you take away their timing and their rhythm. And that's what I saw him doing on the pads with his coach, and it looked pretty good. Like the number one easiest one to do as an interception is when a jab is coming straight at you, you just parry and jab at the same time right back, and that can really throw your opponent off. And yeah, like when I saw this with Bruce Lee, he was getting attacked, but all he would do at the same time is kick the leg, and this can work for all types of um, combat sports or martial arts or anything where you intercept at the same time. And he was doing it with a hook, so he was catching the hook, throw the hook back at the same time, catch the jab, throw the jab at the same time, and that was really cool.
Okay, so we have to pull these up, and I guess we have to try and stick it up close.
It looks nice and compact and tight. I like when the left hand is up like this and it's in front of you to catch. And sometimes he drops it, which is fine because he's changing his look. He's not doing the half guard like he was doing all the time before because he didn't really know how to do it. But he was, now he looks more tidy. So he's looking more sturdy and more solid in his foundation, which is good to see. And he's looking good. I have to admit, he's looking good. I mean, I did see him like follow his trainer around the ring a bit, so maybe his trainer should be telling him, like, just step to your left, cut the ring, step across the ring, and cut the ring. Make it a bit tighter for me instead of following me around in a circle. And Haney's going to be moving around in a circle.
A chance for Loma.
Shorter armed Lomachenko. That's why Lomachenko.
So he needs to maybe cut the ring a bit. But apart from that, I think he looks good. Like physically, he does look a bit. I mean, he does look muscular, like, but he looks bigger as well. So I think it's because he doesn't have to make, I think 140 pounds anymore. I think he's at 147, so he's allowed to put on a bit more weight now. So he does look a little bit fleshier, but not in a bad way, more like in a healthy way. And also probably because he's drinking alcohol and stuff. And this is the thing I was thinking about the other day as well. I was like, I mean, me personally, when I was fighting, I never touched any alcohol, no substances at all. I was so clean, and I was just living the life, and that was my life. That was all I cared about. So I find it difficult to see it from, all of these big guys, big names that drink. Like David Benavidez was on the Zone, and he was getting interviewed, and he was drunk out of his face, and I'm like, this guy's a world champion, and it's just like your only boxing career is only short, so you might as well give it everything. And that's why I love Bernard Hopkins and all these guys that were just didn't even touch a drop of oil in their food. They were just so on it. Um, so yeah, sorry, as I was saying, my battery just died. I just had to recharge it quickly. But yeah, you had Floyd Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins. These guys never touched a drop of alcohol. They'll go to a club and they'll drink water. So like for these, I mean, this is the new generation of boxing, and things are just different now. And you just got to think of it as just a different era in boxing where we don't have the old school names that you might have grew up with watching. But as for the fight, Ryan Garcia and David Haney, um, I still think Haney probably got the edge to win, but I am liking what I see from Ryan Garcia, and I think he does have a good chance to win. And he could win on points, but not from boxing. I think he could win on points from hurting Haney and putting a lot of damage on Haney. Because I don't think he can outbox Haney, which is crazy because Ryan is the better boxer, especially as an amateur. And that's the thing, like in the amateurs, Ryan was more of a like the guy in the amateurs, and Haney was just another guy. So it's interesting to see that dynamic because I know what it's like in the amateurs as well, where you'd have these guys that were the guys in amateur boxing, and I was just another amateur. So I know what that must be like. But then the pro game is so different, which is why a lot of these guys who were the guys in the amateurs, they turn pro and they can't do well because it's just different style, different game. It's more about hurting you, and you need a different type of grit inside of you, which you might think you have in amateurs, but you don't because the professional game is different. It's different sport. It's completely different sport. So you might think you're the creme de la creme as an amateur, but when you turn pro, it's different. And Haney's done his apprenticeship or internship or whatever you want to call it as a pro. Like he's gone like the long way, like going to Mexico, building his record up. And that's kind of what I was trying to do when I was fighting in Asia. I was trying to, go the back way, long way. And it's a hard route to go, but Haney's done well, and he's actually so yeah, Devin Haney's gone the long route, and he's developed some good skills on the way. He knows how to box now. He knows how to use his attributes and inflict damage. He's not a big puncher, but against Regis Prograis in his last fight, he did look like he had a bit of power there and a little bit of pop on his punches.
He wants to be at.
But Regis Prograis and Ryan Garcia, they're kind of different points in their career. So as for the fight itself, I think it's going to be interesting because Devin Haney, you can see physically, he's got long arms and he knows how to use his straight shots and keep his distance. He also knows how to loop his shots around the guard. So if Ryan's always like this, he will get shots looping around the side. So he can't just be a punch bag. He's got to do what he's doing on the pads, and that's punch at the same time. And I really do like what I see from him on the pads, where he's hitting at the same time using interception. Also, he's moving forward with his legs, and he's always like his trainers like showing him pads constantly, and he's always having to touch it, even if his feet is moving. He's able to punch and move at the same time, and that's a very high level skill to have. I mean, when I was in camp with Pacquiao, I was able to see him move and punch it with his feet at the same time. Not many fighters can move their feet and punch at the same time. And Ryan Garcia, you can see he's working on that, where he's able to or just punch no matter where his feet are going. He's punching at the same time. He's always got the balance and the stability for it. So it's going to be interesting. And if Ryan can use his interceptions, if Ryan can catch Haney consistently enough, I think he can win. I think he can win. Um, he just needs to have a bit of more hunger in him, if he has hunger, because obviously the tank fight, it didn't look good. Even no matter what the circumstances may have been, from the outside it's easy to say, but when you're in there, it's hard. I know that, but from the outside looking in, it looked like he kind of quit.
Gervonta Davis is the new face of boxing. Welcome to his era.
But we don't know that. We don't know how hungry he is. We don't know any of that. And I like Ryan Garcia. I do like him. I like him personality-wise. I mean, I think he's very good for the sport, entertainment-wise. And I hope he does well. I hope he wins. But let's see. I think Devin's still got a slight edge. And I don't think this fight is going to end in a knockout. I don't think, if it does, it'll probably be from Ryan Garcia's end. And I don't think Haney will be able to stop him. But I always get it wrong when I get predictions like that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.